ranking the 49ers weapons from Brandon Aiyuk, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle. Right now on the 49ers going to use 24. So if you guys need to share and subscribe, let's go right into it. I will be ranking them 1 through 5, 1 being the best weapon on offense and number 5 being not the best weapon on offense, but still one of the best weapons on offense, if that makes sense. So let's go right into it. The first person, I'm going to start for number 5. Number 5 on my list is tight end for the San Francisco 49ers, George Kittle. George Kittle is absolutely baller. He runs, he blocks, he catches, he does everything you need from your tight end, especially in the Kyle Shanahan scheme. He does all of it for Kyle Shanahan, so he is my number 5 guy. Everyone in front of him, both Samuel, Brandon Aiyuk, Christian McCaffrey, and Brock Purdy, they all produce a lot more than George Kittle. George Kittle just put up a 1,000 receiving yard season with 6 receiving touchdowns. Yeah, he had better receiving stats than Deebo Samuel, but Deebo Samuel was effective through the running game. So I have George Kittle at my number 5 spot. My number 4 spot is Mr. Irrelevant himself, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, entering his 3rd year in the NFL, just made his first official Pro Bowl as a starting quarterback with the 49ers. He put up 4,280 passing yards last season with 31 passing touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Brock Purdy balled out for the San Francisco 49ers, was even in MVP talks for a lot of the season. This coming up season, I could see Brock Purdy winning the MVP award. Don't be surprised if Purdy wins it, but I have him at number 4 because he obviously is the quarterback. He has a lot to grow and his potential is very, very high, but the 3 guys I have in front of him are way more productive. My number 3 is where it got pretty tricky for me. I was really between the 2 wide receivers, Brandon Aiyuk and Deebo Samuel, but at number 3, I decided to go with Deebo Samuel. Like I said earlier, Deebo Samuel is productive at all spots of the game. He could block, he could catch, he could run the ball. He is a wide back, is what he named his own position. He put up 892 receiving yards. I feel like he could have had 1,000 receiving yards if he did not get injured this past season. He also had 225 rushing yards with 7 receiving touchdowns. Deebo Samuel was productive everywhere he played at wide receiver, wide back, and everywhere he was on the field. Deebo Samuel is my number 3 weapon for the San Francisco 49ers offense. My number 2 is Brandon Aiyuk. I have Brandon Aiyuk at number 2 because Brandon Aiyuk, of course, was the wide receiver 1 for the San Francisco 49ers, but Brandon Aiyuk did not get a lot of targets for the 49ers. He only had 105 receiving targets last season. He caught it 75 times. He had over 1,000 receiving yards. He could have been a 1.5 thousand receiving yard wide receiver if he did not miss those games. And at the beginning of the year, he had 1,342 receiving yards with 7 receiving touchdowns. Brandon Aiyuk is an absolute dog, and he is the number 2 offensive weapon for my list for the 49ers offense. My number 1 weapon for the San Francisco 49ers offense is Christian McCaffrey. How can it not be Christian McCaffrey? He just won the Offensive Player of the Year award. He just ran for 1,459 rushing yards, and he ran for 14 rushing touchdowns. Those stats are amazing. He was even in the MVP talks. Christian McCaffrey is the best offensive weapon the San Francisco 49ers have, and he's been used just like that ever since he was traded here last 2 seasons ago, mid-season, by the Carolina Panthers. Christian McCaffrey is the 49ers' best offensive weapon. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.